I'm Mark Doty, and I'm here with the Casio Casiotone. Casio Casiotone. Is there a redundancy that exists in... Okay, the Casio Casiotone 405. Yeah, whatever. And as I may have pointed out before, it is an electronic musical instrument. All right, what we're going to be covering today is where are these knobs? Okay, I don't know where the knobs are. It came this way. I don't know what I'm going to do about that, but something someday. Anyway, back to what we're really talking about. We're going to go through the first 10 buttons of tone. Let me say that again in a way that makes sense and is valuable to the viewer. We're going to go through the 10 tone buttons, the first level, the first layer, without pressing the select switch. So these 10 ones that are marked on the buttons. And I'm just going to demonstrate what it sounds like. We've been through, modulation source 1, modulation source 2. They can be both used in tandem. So now we're going to go through what you're looking at with both of them activated. And this time I'm going to have the sustain on because some of these sounds, it makes a difference to have the sustain on. So you're still going to get the timbral variances. It is going to have a sustain, so just so you know. And I hope that's okay with you. And I hope that you're having a good day. All right. Shall we begin? Yes, let's. Okay, so the first button is organ. We're going to start off with the organ button. I have the sustain on, so there will be sustain, like I said. So keep that in mind. But here's what the organ sounds like without any modulation. Now, with both modulation buttons depressed, with abandon. So what's happening is there's this weird octave shift that's going on. So, and it's timed. It has some very specific amount of time that it takes to achieve this. So like I was just demonstrating, you could be playing and not really hear the octave leap, but the longer you hold, the more it will become apparent. By doing that, I've sort of separated it so each thing happens independently. Because it is 8-note polyphonic, it has its own independent process it's going through when you press a note. The next note will go through that timed octave leap based on when it was pressed, not when the first note was pressed. So in case there was any confusion. I don't know just how useful that is. I mean, it's a neat effect, but I think at some point you'd be like, well, I never use that anymore. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being too hard about it, but yeah. Well, anyway, so let us now move on to everyone's favorite. I don't know why I said that. The flute. Indistinguishable from a mellotron. Okay. Very nice. Okay, now let's hear it with both modulation switches depressed. Weirdly, we are getting I'm not going to say realistic. That's a word I'm going to stray far from when I'm dealing with this. But there's sort of a sort of plucking that is occurring now, and this sounds like vaguely, it sort of emulates kind of a plucked sound. I think the sustain is helping that. Yeah, overall, we're just not getting a whole lot going on other than it now having a fast attack. Not the most interesting one. Okay, let's move on to the trumpet, which will no doubt blow us away. Oh, that was terrible. I genuinely accept my apology. That pun was accidental. The trumpet just sounds better without sustain. Okay, now let us hear with the effect. So again, we have a slow attack, and there's some sort of timbral change. And amplitude change. That's kind of beautiful. Let's spread it apart. That's a very nice synth sound. I'm a fan. I really like that. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Very, very rich. Shockingly rich. Okay, so trumpet, I vote for it so far. Whatever that means. We're not voting for anything. That was just an insane thing to say. Okay, so oboe. It's a pretty great sound. It's weird with the sustain on, but okay, so now let us hear it with this modulation switches, both of them depressed. That's weird. Okay, we have this sort of crescendo that takes place in a timbre that has a slow attack, and then all of a sudden it's this high-pitched, quieter thing. It's an octave up. Don't ask me what they were thinking. This is cool, though. Let's spread it apart to hear what we get. That is bizarre. Ooh, going downward is even cooler. That was fun. I like it. These are improving. You say that, and then the next one is going to be, I don't know. Am I too much of a pessimist? Oh, violin, my favorite. If you've been watching these videos, you know I'm not a super big fan of this particular patch, but we'll see. With both depressed. We're getting a weird timbral shift and maybe some frequency variance. It's kind of similar to what we've been sort of dealing with before, but it's more subtle, so it's more useful. It's actually kind of beautiful. I think from now on, when I play the violin patch, I shall activate both of the modulation buttons so that I get something nice, beautiful, pretty, fantastic.